Well, hello, friends. Welcome to episode 61 of Storytime Yoga. We are going to get going on Instagram there as well. All right, we are now live on Instagram too. Welcome to episode 61 of Storytime Yoga. And I am Miss Mel, your children's yoga instructor with Breathe With Me Yoga and your mindset coach with Rise to Wellness. I'm going to say hello to everybody over here on Instagram. And with Avery not here today, maybe I will do this. And then everybody can see me everywhere. All right, friends. Now we can see me on Instagram. Normally we have Miss Avery up there on Instagram in the picture. So today we are reading One of a Kind. This is by Lalie, Harcourt, and Ricki, Wortzman. There it is for our friends on Facebook and YouTube. And here it is for our friends on Instagram. One of a Kind. All right, friends. As usual, our link is there on YouTube and on Facebook to purchase our activewear that we are wearing today. Oh, we will say hello to some friends over here as well who have joined in. Let's see who is here. We will invite some friends on. If you are home with the kids, friends, do join in and have a family yoga class. Do some family yoga with us. Let's see if we can get some friends here to do some family yoga. All right, friends. Jitendra has joined. Medea has joined. Hello. Let's see. I am going to move over to the comments over here. As always, the links to purchase the Zyia activewear that I am wearing today is in the comments or in your description on YouTube. I will plunk that link into Facebook right now. Unfortunately, the link to purchase today's book is non-existent, friends. It is so sad that today's book is actually out of print from anything that I can see, friends. All right, there's that there. Today's book is out of print. Again, it's One of a Kind. It's a cute little story. I could not find it in print anywhere. It is by Gage Learning. So if you do look up Gage Learning, you may be able to find a copy or go to your library and find a copy there. Michael's here. He says, have a nice day. My Insta camera can be seen on the right side of the main screen. I don't know what that means, Michael. You'll have to explain that to me later. I'm just going to move that just the tiniest little bit for everybody on Instagram so that you can see me. All right, friends, I invite you to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor to get started with class. I'm going to step back to my mat as well. And let's get our class started. Sitting crisscross applesauce or in hero's pose. Sitting up nice and straight and tall, my friends. We will get this down pat so that we can get everybody on board on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. All right, friends. Stay up nice and straight and tall. Good job, my friends. We will start today with our breathing, friends. And as always, as we breathe all of that air into our belly and make our belly big, we make our ball nice and big. And as we make that ball small, we breathe all of that air out of that belly. All right, friends, sitting up nice and straight and tall, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. Good job, my friends. Now, if you're just joining us for the first time today and you don't have a ball at home, you can be doing this with your hands and moving along with us with the breathing using your hands. Also, we're making sure that our shoulders stay in neutral position and we're not hunching up like this as we're breathing in through our nose and out through our nose or our mouth. And we're going to do one more round of that, my friends. Sitting up nice and straight and tall, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. Good job, my friends. All right, I'm going to step forward to my little stool there to begin our story, but I invite you all to stay on your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor to listen to our story today. All right, friends, this is going to take some getting used to jigging around this stuff to move it so that friends can see us on Instagram or see me when Miss Avery isn't here. All right, we'll say hello to Kandakar, Tim, and John. Thanks for joining us today, my friends. All right, one of a kind there, and one of a kind there. Make sure everybody can see that. All right. King Dewey and Prince Louis were cousins. Long ago, Prince Louis had moved away to a far-off kingdom. The king and prince didn't see each other often, but they did keep in touch. They wrote lots of emails, and once a year they sent birthday presents to each other. Prince Louis's birthday was coming up soon, and King Dewey was very worried. He couldn't think of a present for the prince. He thought and thought, but not one idea seemed right. Goodness, I don't know what happened up here. Oh, we just lost our Instagram feed, friends. I am so sorry. I think the phone just died. That has never happened before. We lost our Instagram feed. All right, we are back to Facebook and YouTube friends. All right, there is the picture for all of my friends on Facebook and YouTube. And we are going to take a look, especially at this warrior right back here standing guard, and we are going to be that guard, friends, and we are going to come into warrior pose. So coming to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor, friends, we are going to spread our legs nice and wide. All right, and I'm going to go that way first. So I'm going to point those toes that way, and I'm going to bring these toes in a little bit. I'm going to lift my arms up, and I'm going to bend that front knee, making sure that there's lots of room in between my legs so that that knee is over top of my ankle, friends. And I'm going to look like this. Good job, my friends. And I can bring my arms around like this too and stand nice and tall like that warrior, keeping this back leg nice and strong. These are both warrior. One's warrior one, one's warrior two, depending on how our arms are. Okay, so whatever is comfortable for you. I'm going to be like this because I'm going to be that big warrior standing there. He's got a staff standing there. All right, so we're going to keep our feet where they are, friends. All we're going to do is move the position of our feet. I'm going to point those toes that way and these ones in now. I'm going to bring my arms up and I'm going to bend this knee this time, keeping this back leg nice and strong. And I'm going to bring my arms around this way to be that big, strong warrior standing there with the king. You can hold your staff if you like. Good job, my friends. Good job. You should feel a good stretch in your hips there, friends. All right. The queen tried to help King Dewey think of ideas. She reminded him about the birthday present he got last year from the prince. Remember when he sent you the tallest giraffe in the world? He might like a giraffe too, said the queen. I love my giraffe. It was a great gift, but I can't send the same kind of present he already sent me. I want to send him a present that's one of a kind, King Dewey said to the queen. Then she reminded the king about a present that he had sent to Prince Louis. Remember the year you sent him a splendid peacock? He loved it. What about another bird? How about an ostrich, said the queen. Yes, the peacock was wonderful. An ostrich might be nice. But I want a present that's one of a kind, said King Dewey. All right, they're thinking about adding more birds to that peacock. So let's go be a bird. Let's go into bird pose. We are going to go into eagle pose, friends. Coming to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor, standing up nice and straight and tall. And I'm just going to adjust that camera the tiniest little bit. I feel like you can't see the top of my head there, friends. There we go. All right. Oh, coming to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor. We are going to lift one leg and get our balance. And I'm going to bring that leg around. And if balance is an issue, I'm just going to put those toes on the floor there. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap those toes around my leg. And I'm going to give myself a big, giant hug. And when I'm done with that big, giant hug, I'm going to go like this and bring my arms up into eagle pose. I'm going to feel that stretch all the way across the back of my shoulders, friends. And that's okay. That's where you're going to feel it. Holding those arms all tied up like that in eagle pose. Now I'm going to remember which arm was on top, friends, because I'm going to switch sides. And now we're going to lift this foot. And we're going to bring that around, tripoding here if balance is an issue. Otherwise, I'm going to tuck those toes around. And now I'm going to put the opposite arm on top this time and give myself a big giant hug. Bring those arms up into eagle pose. Beautiful. Same thing. You're going to feel that stretch across your shoulders. And you might feel this in your hips too. We've talked about Miss Mel has a stiff left hip, and we're working through that. So this side, it's hard for me to actually wrap my toes on this side because my hip is stiff. And that's okay. Sometimes we have one side that's more open than the others, and it's all about the journey, friends. Kalena has joined us. Welcome, welcome. Time was running out. Prince Louis's birthday was getting closer and closer. One morning, the king came up with an idea. How about a contest, he said to the queen. I'll have signs put up all over the kingdom saying I need presents for the prince that are one of a kind. And it says, contest. Make a birthday present for Prince Louis. It must be a present that's one of a kind. It must be fit for a prince. Bring it to the palace on Monday. The winner will be king for a day. By the end of the day, there were signs absolutely everywhere. And look at the queen here. So the king is talking to the queen out there and showing his sign, and the queen is taking care of her flowers right here. She's actually in standing forward bend, friends. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take care of our flowers with the queen, and we're going to go into standing forward bend. We're just going to see if there's any other friends over here that would like to join in. All right. Coming to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor, we are going to do standing forward bend. All right. So we're going to put a little bit more room in between our legs than normal. We're going to put our arms way up to the sky, looking up to the ceiling where your hands are pointing, getting a good big stretch across the front of your belly, like right from here, all the way down your belly. You should feel that stretch. And we're going to come right down into a forward bend, keeping our back straight. We're not going to hunch our back. Okay, so we're not reaching for the floor to hunch our back. Now, if we want to touch the floor and have a straight back, we can bend our knees like this. And then slowly try to start to straighten our knees. Otherwise, if we're comfortable putting our hands on our legs, we can have a straight back and put our hands on our legs. So I'm like this, or I'm like this with a little bit of a bent knee, but a straight back. All right, good job, friends. Coming up. The next morning, the guard announced, Your Majesty, there are people here to see you. It was the furniture makers with a present for Prince Louis. Your Highness, we have a present fit for a prince. Look at this throne. It's one of a kind, they said. They showed the king the throne. They pointed out that it was made of velvet and gold. They told King Dewey that they used the royal colors, purple, red, and blue. They showed the king how Prince Louis would be able to move the chair up and down. They also showed him how they designed a place for the prince to put his crown and cup. The king was thrilled. He agreed that the throne was one of a kind. Just as he was about to declare them the winners, the guard announced. Oh my goodness, what did the guard announce? Look at this big, crazy, beautiful chair. See his big cup right here? The place for his big cup right here. All right, we are going to pretend that we are that big, gorgeous chair, friends. We're going to come into chair pose, and I'm going to go sideways, friends. Come into your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor. I'll show you that there's a little bit more room in between my legs so that we can go into that chair pose. We're going to lift our arms up, and we're going to pretend that there's a chair behind us and that we're sitting in it. So we're going to sit back in that chair. Now, I can be up here, or it can be way down here, friends. And we can come like this and rest our arms on the armrest of that big, giant, magical throne. Fit for a prince or a princess. Pretend that you are on that throne, friends. Fit for a prince or a princess. Sitting back in that throne. Good job, my friends. Good job. Your Majesty, there are more people here to see you. It was the tailors with a present for Prince Louis. Your Highness, we have a present fit for a prince. Look at this robe. It's one of a kind, they said. They showed the king the robe. They said it was made of the finest velvet and was sewn with gold thread. They pointed out the royal colors. They explained that the prince could wear one side for sporting events and the other side to parties. They also showed the king the place in the robe where Prince Louis could keep his cell phone. Oh my goodness me. The king was thrilled. He agreed that the robe was one of a kind, and then the guard announced. I wonder what the guard announced. Look at this crazy robe. Look, the inside here was for sporting events, and the outside here is for parties, my friends. So we are going to put on that big robe, just like the prince will put on that big robe, and we're going to go to a party. All right, friends. Standing up, coming to your mat, your blanket, or a piece of floor. I want you to take that rope and put it on and tie it around your neck and span your big robe, friends. And we are going to go dance at the party that we are at. So coming to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor, we're going to lift one leg, get our balance. We're going to grab our ankle with our hands, same leg, same arm. And we're going to slowly bring that leg back, and we're going to bring this arm forward, and we're going to push that ankle right out into that hand. This is dancer pose, friends. Now, remembering that you have a big giant cape on, friends. You are in dancer pose in that big giant cape, so do not trip on your cape, friends. We're going to go to the other side. Lifting this leg, getting your balance, grabbing that ankle with your hands, same arm, same leg. Bringing that leg back, bringing this arm forward, and pushing that ankle out into your hand. This is dancer pose, friends. How is your robe holding up? How is your big party robe holding up, my friends? Good job, my friends. At that party with your big robe. Your Majesty, there are still more people here to see you. It was the jewelers with a present from Prince Louis. Your Highness, we have a present fit for a prince. Look at this crown. It's one of a kind, they said. They showed the king the crown. They explained that it was made of pure gold and silver. They pointed out that they used purple, red, and blue jewels. They showed how the prince would be able to flip down a visor on sunny days. They also showed how they designed a way to attach a small umbrella on rainy days. The king was thrilled. He agreed that the crown was one of a kind. And then the guard called. I wonder what the guard called. All right, look at this crazy crown that has a visor and an umbrella on top, and we are going to be that upside down umbrella. All right, let's see if any of our friends are over here before we go and do that upside down umbrella. Let's see who is here. Lots of friends online there. We've invited some friends to come and be that crazy umbrella on top of the crown. So we're going to come to our bellies, friends. Right down to your belly, my friends. And we are going to bend our knees, putting our feet up to the ceiling. And we're going to grab each of our ankles with our hands. Okay? And ready, friends, we're going to push those ankles back and bring that chest up. This is called bow pose, friends, and we are a big upside down umbrella that is sitting on the floor. You know how umbrella sits? When it's open and it's sitting on the floor, this is our upside down umbrella, friends. Bow pose. All right, good job, my friends. Pushing yourself back up out of that pose. Good job, good umbrellas. All right, my friends, Jeanette has joined us. Welcome, Jeanette. Your Majesty, you'd better take a look at this. The king peeked out the window. He was amazed. There were people with fantastic, one-of-a-kind presents lined up as far as he could see. Well, said the king, I'll never have to think of a present for my cousin Louis again. I have enough one-of-a-kind presents to last for years and years. Yes, dear, said the queen, but I must point out that you still have a problem. You need someone to be king for a day. You did promise, you know. All right, look at all of these people lined up outside of the palace, waiting to walk in with their one-of-a-kind presents. And we are going to do the same, friends. Coming to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor, we are going to do walking lunges. And I want you to think about what that one-of-a-kind present is that you're going to bring for the prince, okay? Hold it in your hand, imagine it in your head, and hold it in your hand and do your walking lunge up to the palace. Walk your way, walk all through your room wherever you are. Walk with that gift for the prince all the way up to the palace. Make sure you're lunging, friends. Walking lunge, lunging, 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 friends. walking lunge all the way up to that palace, friends. Lunge it all the way up. Good job, my friends. All right. And the king kept his promise, as everyone knew he would. Look at that. The king has all of those people at his table being kings for the day. They are eating dinner at the palace, being kings for the day. All right. Good job, my friends. That was One of a Kind by Lalie Harcourt and Ricki Wortzman. There you go, my friends. That was a beautiful, beautiful book. And now it is time for relaxation, my friends. All right, coming to your mat, your blanket, or your piece of floor. Let's pretend today, friends, that if you're laying in relaxation, you are laying across that big, beautiful cape, that big, beautiful robe that we tried on and did dancer pose in. We're going to lay on top of it, and it's velvety and soft. And if you're sitting down, we're going to sit in the big, giant, beautiful throne that was made for the prince. So we're either sitting in a throne or we're laying on a big, giant robe, soft and velvety. If we're laying down, our hands are out to the side with our palms facing up. And if we're sitting in that throne, our hands are in our laps with our palms facing up. Good job, my friends. Closing your eyes, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your chest and your waist, relaxing your arms and your hands, relaxing your legs and your feet. Good job, my friends. Letting everything sink down into the floor. And if you're in that throne, making sure you're not holding any tension in your bum. Just letting everything sink down. Closing your eyes if you can. Good job, my friends. And as you may hear sounds around you, friends, you let those sounds come and let them go. Could be sounds of the castle. It could be the people lined up outside, waiting to get in with their one-of-a-kind inventions. Just let them come and go as you settle down into your robe or your throne. And just as those thoughts come in and go, we let those sounds, come in and go. We let the same happen with our thoughts. We let them come in, we acknowledge them, and we let them go. If you're laying down on that robe, I want you to take those thoughts and just shove them underneath the robe for now. If you're sitting on that throne, shove them on the floor underneath that throne. We don't need any of those thoughts right now. This is a time for silence, to allow our body to relax. Good job, my friends. And slowly, quietly inside your head, I want you to repeat to yourself, I am healthy. I am happy. I am creative. I am a king or a queen, whichever it is. A king or a queen. And just as everybody in our story today was creative, we can be the same. So I want you to think back to our story. about how creative everybody was in our story. So on the surface, when we look at that story, we see that all of the townspeople coming in with their one-of-a-kind items for the prince were creative. They created neat and interesting one-of-a-kind items. But so was our king. Our king was creative in the contest that he threw to come up with a solution to his problem. So many different lessons we get to learn today from this story. We get to learn that we can be creative in our problem solving. We get to learn that we can ask for help when we need it. And we get to learn what it means to give help and how it feels to give help. So all of those people who gave the king help got to be king or queen for the day. I want you to take the happy feeling of being creative, of being a problem solver, of being king or queen for the day. Take all of the feelings, the happy feelings of those things, put them deep inside your heart. And deep inside your head, I want you to keep the knowing that you have options when you're problem solving, that you are creative, and there are always different options. There's always asking for help, seeking help when we need it and we're problem solving. So let's remember all of those things inside our head as we move from our story today. I want you to send the knowing of that out to everybody around you. The knowing of seeking help, the knowing of being creative, the knowing of having options when we're problem solving. I want you to send that out to everybody around you. Bring it back deep inside your heart and your head. And if you're lying down, whenever you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, rolling to one side, bringing your knees into your chest. If you're sitting down, start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. And when you're ready, come on back up sitting and join me on my mat. Sitting crisscross applesauce or in hero's pose. Nice and straight and tall. Good job. Bringing your hands to heart center, my friends. And we'll end class with namaste. I feel good in every way. The goodness in me sees the goodness in all of you. Good class today, my friends. Thank you for joining us for episode 61 of Storytime Yoga. I am Miss Mel, your children's yoga instructor with Breathe With Me Yoga and your mindset coach with Rise to Wellness. Today, we did read One of a Kind. As a reminder, you can always purchase the books that we showcase on Breathe With Me Yoga. This one here you can get at your local library. It's not in print, but you can get that and follow along with the replay after the video is over with your own copy of the book. As always, you can also purchase our activewear that we are wearing. Please just follow the links in the comments below to purchase that activewear. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It is Friday here. Take care, and we look forward to seeing you all on Monday, my friends. Take care.